It's Alpha Contractors out here at Miss Shalissa's house. This is one of the damaged shingles. Now, I think the report said 0.33 squares total. We got damage spread out. We got more than a third of a square. A third of a square is like 7 or 8 shingles. I think we have 15 to 20. This is one of them. I'm gonna walk you guys around the roof so you can see the rest. Got these. There's 2 of them right there. The 3, the 4th one down there. 1 on the right slope. Got 7 or more total on the front. This one's not unsealed. We didn't count that. We've got this creased one right there, unsealed. We've got the one that had the sheathing exposed down there, tarped up. We got that one that's creased. We've got 2 right here on the left slope. On the back slope, we got another handful. So 5 total. A few over there. A couple right here. I'm gonna walk down here so you guys can see it. There's probably more on this one. It's so dark though, you can't see it super well. And I think we got 1 on each side of this back gable tie-in right here. So we've got, I think 15 or so, maybe a little more. Oh, there's one we missed. We missed this one. So like I said, hard to see it on the back slope because it's so dark. Now, if we really wanted to, doing a repair video on the back would be our better bet because these shingles are gonna crack in half. Anytime you try to manipulate them, 100% will. But to give you guys the benefit of the doubt, we're gonna try a repair on the front where they're a lot healthier. I'm actually seeing more that we missed as we walk. So there's clearly more damage than what was reported, but regardless, whether it's 5 shingles or 50 shingles, a repair will not return this home to pre-loss condition. I'm gonna show you guys why. Probably a discontinued 20 or 3 tab. This right here, there's no pre-existing damage to any of the shingles surrounding the repair. We're gonna get going. So I know you guys don't typically care, but State Farm, Allstate, Frontline, they like us to use this roof snake, so we're gonna use it to keep it simple. First things first, we're going to unseal these shingles. There are a couple of these spots where it's a little chunkier with the sealant. That one popped up real easy. Now I can already see the issue with these shingles is going to be the nail pull through. As we pull these nails out, they're going to rip through the shingle. It happens all the time on 3 tab. It's pretty much unavoidable. I'll show you guys that in the video. These are coming up pretty simple in a lot of spots. Some of the other ones seem like they're pretty stuck down. All right, so they're unsealed. First thing we're gonna do, and notice in the video, guys, I'm only gonna lift these shingles up as much as I have to for my hand to get underneath. I will not lift them like this and cause any undue stress on the shingle or bending. Only ever gonna have my hand tucked under the shingle and lifted just a little bit to get these nails out. Actually, come here before I do anything. I'm gonna show them the exact issue. Come to this side to make it easier. So when we go to pull this nail out, I'm gonna tuck it as slow as I can under here. Nail pull through. This is because these shingles are so brittle. These shingles notoriously cannot be repaired. Now because of that, I have to lift this shingle up even further and pry that nail out. So that's what I mean by nail pull through, and it's gonna happen on every single one of these shingles. Yep. Now that nail pull through is just another sign that we can't return this roof to pre-loss condition. They are not repairable. We cannot make them whole via repair. Now, like a lot of other carriers have already gone to just buying 3-tab roofs and then not insuring them because this is such an issue. Universal North America, if you have 1 damaged shingle on a 3-tab roof, they're gonna pay for it to get replaced. And this one, firstly, it was undercovered. You guys only had, I think, 7 or 8 shingles on the scope when there's very clearly much more than that. But the repairability of these is the biggest reason why, whether it's 1 shingle, whether it's 1 shingle or 100 shingles, a repair is not going to return them to pre-loss condition. All right. Again, guys, you're gonna see I'm only lifting the shingle up enough to get my hand underneath, no more. And these nails are just tearing through the shingles. Now, keep in mind, these shingles are not in the repair. This is a shingle, that's a shingle, that's 2. And you've got 3 and 4 up here as well. So to repair this one shingle, we're damaging 4 other ones. Blatantly obvious that this roof cannot be made whole by a means of a repair. And guys, I'm going slowly, I'm being careful. Any other company that comes out here to repair these shingles is gonna rip these to pieces because they just wanna do the repair and move on. Which, I've done several repairs on shingles that are capable of being repaired, but the issue is if I can't warranty it, we're not touching it. And no company is gonna warranty a repair on these shingles. And that should tell you everything you need to know. God, dude. I'm ripping these to pieces. So, one thing I'm going to point out here, this right here, where the shingles blew, the nails blew through the shingle, that's happening almost every single nail hole, where the other shingles that were not prescribed in the repair are now taking damage because of it. Actually, come here. Just with lifting my hand up enough for me to get the nails out, we're already seeing creasing on this first row. Only gonna get worse. Now, I think the issue we had here too is we don't know if these shingles are even made anymore, right?
Yeah.
So these ones have a little more of a reveal, but we can level them out so that it fits just a little bit better. So these are close enough, at least so as to satisfy the means of repair. Now, a lot of companies want us to use the applicator tool for this repair. This part of the roof snake completely gouges out the shingles when you hammer them in. I hate using it, so I'm not going to because it's going to cause 100% more damage. I'm going to install these the way any roofer would. I'm going to lift up just enough for me to get the hammer underneath and tack these nails back in, right there in the nailing strip. That is the proper way to do this repair. And one thing we're definitely not going to do is put our name on an improper repair. And you can see the granules cascading down while I'm doing this. Yet again, these shingles are too brittle to be manipulated. These shingles in this neighborhood range anywhere from 9 to 15 to 20 years old. With the 3-tab ones, the architecturals are much newer. But I've done repair videos on these exact shingles in this neighborhood on roofs that were 4 years old. Same result. These are just crap shingles, guys. We cannot repair them without causing further damage. So I'm going to continue the repair, and then I'll show you the overview of what happened from the repair. And I think it's going to be pretty easy to see that if you're looking at this without any bias and in good faith, a repair does not make this insured whole again. And I don't know if you can see it in the video, but they were out here with us watching us mark the roof up, and I think they very much agree. They don't want a patch job on their roof if it's causing more damage than it's fixing. That's some bouncy decking right there. Now I'm having to avoid all these blown out pre-existing nail holes. Now we can come back and caulk them, which I'm going to do so that the homeowner doesn't suffer any undue leaks. But again, caulking only lasts for 3 to 5 years. The pre-existing system prior to the loss was a 20 to 25 year roof system. So can't exactly tell us to make them whole again with an inferior product, an inferior repair with inferior materials. We cannot caulk those nail holes and say, hole again. It's going to leak. It's not if, it's when. Come on over here. So this is the repair shingle. These are the shingles around the repair. You can see all this creasing across the top. This alone, more than enough to say, hey, we can't do repair on this roof. This one right here, again, this one's got some light cracking in the peripheral. Now, if we lift up, you can see these blown out nail holes right here. We cannot simply come back and caulk those areas. That's from the nail ripping through the shingle. If we come back and just caulk those repairs, might be good for another 2-3 years, but water will undoubtedly, inevitably get in there. So we've got, and I'll send you a photo report too, we've got chunks of matting transfer. Those shingles aren't gonna seal properly again. We've got nail pull through. We can't simply caulk those. That's an improper repair or a temporary repair at best. We've got cracking, creasing, and tearing on these shingles, all of which are signs that we cannot fulfill returning this home to pre-loss condition by means of a repair. So we've got probably twice as many shingles as was reported in the scope, but regardless of whether or not you guys said there was 1 shingle or 100, this roof has to be replaced in full.